Now that it has been a little over a month since Mortal Kombat has been launched, I had released a previous video that asks, is MK11 actually better than MK1? And it actually got some good traction. So if you do have some opinions on that, please leave it in the comment section below in that video, man, because today we are talking about MK1 Invasions, and people have been going absurd on Twitter, and they have great debates about this because, again, having the backed information is actually kind of true with the MK11 versus MK1 in terms of content and just all that going down. With Invasions, probably not enough content, at least to certain people's aspects. I think MK1 did great launch, just adhering to us casuals. Again, I'm a casual. If you are a competitive player, a sweat and onward, you do not like MK1 for tons of essentials, right? It could be the cameo feature, the cameo aspects, those types of things could be more of an annoyance versus like a benefit to you, while you probably want the full tag. Or if you're a casual like myself, you don't really mind the casual time. I mean, the cameos at times, but it can get a little sweaty also. And there's just so many arguments in terms of cosmetics for sure, MK11. But when we're talking about just content in totality, we do, at least for now, we're lacking a lot of content. We're now gonna look into towards season 2 of Invasions. Did Invasions actually fail us? We don't know for sure yet, obviously, because they're gonna be going, this is a live streaming aspect. Now I know people are pissed at this, what is it, $15 fatality, $12 fatality? I don't know how much the fatality is. I just know it's a lot of money to just do a fatality. And I would say, in hindsight, at least up until now, MK1 almost failed us. But I would say definitely at least season 1 of Invasions has failed us. To me, it was a snooze fest. It was something that, it was cool and it's great for casuals, and it takes longer and longer to build up. There's obviously a lot of broken aspects of it, of how you get your XP now. The cosmetics were okay. I just felt like for somebody who loves the live stream MK, I love Mortal Kombat since day one. I mean, since the 90s, I'm an OG, I'm a boomer. And when you are playing this RPG game board thing, first of all, the character is way too small for a viewer experience, whether you're actually streaming on Twitch or if you're doing a vertical version of a stream on TikTok. And we stream all the time, and that's how we actually build a community, including some of you all in this channel, so I do appreciate y'all. And I feel like it was just a snooze fest. I don't know, there's a lot of times it was really glitchy too. I know on the Xbox it gets really glitchy, Invasions, and so I felt like, man, like, did they actually fail us? At least for now, MK1 in totality is basically failing us, or at least at the brink of failing us, because we're going back to the MK11 competitive aspect. MK11 also has a huge sale on Steam, and it has more concurrent and live players right now, at least based on their count on PC. And then MK1's also not crossplay yet. It's also not a lot of things. So it's just like, damn, like, that's why when I go back to the Invasions, I feel like that Invasions did fail us due to that alone, because we needed something that was gonna extend us from just a cinematic story. Obviously, we knew a lot of people were gonna beat that fairly easily, so that when that was gone, that's a great experience for our viewership and everything. It was so fun those days when we were doing that. But then after, the continuity and the extension of content in general, it has been lackluster, you know, for the most to say, because the Invasions gave us everything. We had random fights, all these cool creative characters. That's what I'll say about Invasions. Invasions actually gave us all these names and kind of like this Dragon Ball Z format of characters, right? We have all these fusion characters. That's why what happens at the end of the story mode, hashtag spoiler, that you see like these types of really fused characters together. So seeing that is actually pretty cool all throughout Invasions, right? And they don't really have their actual names. They just have all these, some of them were too generic. We wish we could have had better name choosings, but I know it was a lot to choose from. So it was pretty cool on that. I think that was probably one of my favorite parts about Invasions. I think a lot of the skins in general too haven't been really like, I wouldn't say eye-appealing, but definitely not capitalizing to how we would want those actual cosmetics to be. That's why MK11 is so loved. When you see all of those variations, and MK11 also, of course, kept that dark format. Gameplay obviously is not as great, but it kept that dark format that we really appeal to. So with MK1 bringing us these more lighter aesthetics, it could have been cool to actually have cosmetics that match them. I feel like the cosmetics and the skins are just not matching the overlay for what Mortal Kombat was trying to actually launch with and tell us what the dynamic was going to be about. When MK1 launched, it looked like a full reboot. Everything's different. People are younger again. Things are happening. Stories have been revamped. But it seems like the skins are just kind of like random. I don't know. The skins are not fitting in with what the story is adhered to. At least most of the skins. I'm not going to say all of them, but it just doesn't really match. I mean, other than like some of the default skins being from all the classics that we do love, it's cool. And then some of the cameos have also been lazy also in terms of skins. Or even I think in my opinion, like the Sub-Zero skin in the cameo or the Sub-Zero aspect, when they kind of, like I know there's been like memes on Twitter that are showing them like without the mask, like Sub-Zero's cameo, and it looks like very, very like vague and boring, and like they didn't even try. So I feel that there's a lot of things that was kind of just a marketing stint, but also it got lost in the process as to what they were actually trying to become. When you see that mod of the full tag feature, that is really cool. I think a full tag feature would be better again, like maybe have options of just 1v1 and options of 2v2 versus putting all this crazy shit together, and maybe adhere to some of those cameo characters, make them a lot better and make them more of a backstory and bring them in a lot more. I believe post-launch should be a lot more than what we're actually getting right now. MK Invasions, it was it broke my heart because it was something that could be like a battle pass notion, right? It could be like the way these games had battle passes. It could have been something way more, at least for now. You know, you never know post-launch what's gonna happen, but it could have been so much better in terms of like delivery, kind of like how MK11 had Aftermath, like an additional cinematic. And it could have been just so much more versus just moving around a board, fighting somebody else, maybe doing a couple of towers every once in a while. Some of those towers are actually really dope and unique though. Some of the add-ons to Invasions is cool. That's kind of like where it's like test your luck. I think that's what it reminds me of. A lot of the invasion fights also. All those invasions fights are usually a nod to that test your luck where it has all these different scenarios happening. So that's pretty cool. I guess that gives you that nod. Obviously test your might is back, so that's always fun too. The towers again were very unique in certain attributes, which was cool. But again, I think the overall execution on Invasions has not been up to par, at least to what we're holding to MK standard, because MK1 was like a full reboot that we were so excited for. I believe everybody was excited for. There's no other reasoning to why to where we should not be excited for this. It was so cool. Again, it's bright, it's fruitful, it has all these aesthetics. Some things are just not matching in correlation, and then on top of that, all the gameplay bugs that we all are knowing. But again, I'm tapping more into MK1 Invasions. The other bugs and patches I'm probably gonna save for another video, man. But y'all gotta let me know what's up. What's your thoughts on MK1 Invasions? If you're a streamer, especially, let us know. If you're a viewer, let us know, because we do live stream and we get a great audience when we're live on TikTok. So let us know like your thoughts on it, because I feel that as a viewer aspect, every time I'm trying to set up everything for like the viewer to see everything, I try to like purposely zoom in Invasions because it just takes too much time. Like the character is so damn small, you can't see anything on this game board. Too much game board, not enough character, not enough personalization or personality in totality, man. So y'all gotta let me know what's up. I hope that there's more post-launch stuff. We do have Omni-Man coming around the corner, so hopefully that's gonna be happening, man. Let me know what's up. I appreciate y'all. Peace.